Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions. Today, we discuss a 2022 model year limited edition of 20 pieces in stainless steel from Czapek. This is the Antarctique Passage de Drake Oster 20th anniversary, celebrating 20 years of Denver, Colorado's Oster jewelers. Jeremy Oster has a recent streak of success with independent brand special editions that are Oster co-branded. This one, an anniversary special, is no exception. They are always appealing series. So the watch is 40.5 millimeters in diameter in steel. Externally, it's a Antarctique, as the watch has been since its debut in 2020. So 40.5 in diameter. It's slender in profile, 11.3 millimeters thick. If we measure just the lug-to-lug of the case, then it's 44.9 millimeters. If we measure the first link on each side to its opposite number on the other side, then the total distance across the wrist is 51.2. Take note, if you want to wear the watch in a slightly more compact form on a smaller wrist, it also comes with a rubber strap, and there's a quick release so you can denude it of the bracelet, and I'll demonstrate how you swap in just a moment. First, a wrist shot. Throwing it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. It's a good fit. Not every integrated bracelet sports watch wears true to its rated size. They usually wear a bit larger. This is an exception. It wears exactly true to its rated size of 40.5. You could see that the lugs of the case are nowhere near the edge of my wrist here. Over the top, which always exaggerates the width of a watch, I'm kind of pulling it tight here, constricting my wrist, but you can still see the lugs are inboard. And although it's not an ultra-thin watch by any means, with a sloped flank and a low profile, it will fit underneath a dress cuff, so no concerns there. Taking a look at the bracelet, it's a nicely executed piece. You can see that the intermediate links are polished C's to remind you that this is a Czapek. Now, the watch also includes a number of removable links, so you have a great deal of sizing flexibility. All the removable links you can see are fixed by screws. And then we have a feature that wasn't originally part of the Antarctique in 2020, but was added afterwards, a push-button sliding extension, a micro adjustment on each side of the clasp. So you have that little sliding adjustment that is trigger released, so you can use one, both, or neither. We have a double folding clasp with twin trigger release so that it is quite secure when closed. So you just press the triggers and it opens up, but if you do not, it does not pop open. We have a screw-down crown with the Czapek logo, reminding you that Czapek, after his partnership with Patek, went on to found his own company in 1845, and the modern brand carries on in Czapek's spirit and memory. You can see the profiles feature a little bit of a crown guard structure with some beveling for nuance, and we have cutouts in the case profile, little hollows that visually thin the watch. We have a actually triple faceted bezel with a little satin lip, a conical profile and polish, and then a very flat lip adjacent to a glass box style cambered and boxed sapphire. The dial, featuring a stamped Stairway to Heaven motif, is distinctive. You can see that we have blued applique, we have a red index, we have a red tip to the seconds hand, and then we have a red 20 on the date disc to honor 20 years of Oster jewelers, and that is a special feature of this edition. As you can see, all of the other numerals are white on blue except for that one. You can also see one of the features that I respect most on Czapek watches, the eye for detail. So you can take a look here. You can see that the typeface used for that 12 is exactly the same as used for the applique. So that kind of consistency is deeply appreciated here. Now we have the quick set. We also have hacking seconds, so you can set this watch precisely to a reference timer. Screw down crown, 120 meter water resistance. We'll do a quick loom shot. You can see the watch is generously loomed. I promised you a demonstration of the quick release system, and so there's a little dial that you turn on the bottom, and once twisted to the right orientation, it releases the bracelet so you can swap it onto the strap. Now you can see this is 1 out of 20, Oster 20th anniversary, 120 meters, Antarctique, and then we get to the movement. Designed in collaboration with Daniel Martinez and Emmanuel Boucher, This is perhaps the most interesting movement that Czapek offers. Of course, Boucher, the creator of the Harry Winston Opus 12, and this is a clever machine. So let's start from the power source and work our way down to the oscillator. Here we have a recycled platinum micro rotor. Platinum, the densest material used for rotors, giving it optimal winding efficiency in spite of the small size of the micro rotor. You can see a number of different finishes. We have satination, media blast, and polished beveling. You can also see ceramic ball bearings for greater efficiency. Now we're moving over to the barrel. You can see the ratchet wheel on top of the barrel. What we have here is a combination of satination, polish, and then underneath it media blast. The barrel holds 56 hours of power reserve. You can see that the bridges are beautifully mirror beveled on their sides. They also feature a border or a channel around their edges that's satin brushed, and then their recesses are media blasted. All the screw heads are polished, and my favorite feature here is this bridge at center out of steel, which is beveled on the outside, skeletonized and interior beveled on the inside, and then mirror finished across its top. That is the aesthetic highlight of the entire movement, which is 30 millimeters in diameter and so nicely fills this case back. 28 joules, it's adjusted in a chronometer style 5 positions. Now we have a train from the barrel down through that center bridge. We have individual fingers like a grand old Geneva pocket watch, terminating in a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for optimal shock resistance, beating away at 4 hertz. You can see that the eccentric masses on the rim of the balance are used for all of the fine timing adjustments, so it can be dialed in very precisely. And it is thin, and it keeps the watch thin because it features that micro rotor. We have a dial here that is described as ice white with blue accents. This is a colorful watch from a colorful character in Jeremy Oster. So if you love this watch, keep in mind there is that additional rubber strap that comes with it. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.